Hey folks, Kubota here, and today I am not going to make a video on how to connect the Raycor water filter separator to your tractor. But I had a couple questions on folks who have simple tools and they want to be able to make a bracket, and they're looking for a place that they can buy a bracket from, and unfortunately I don't know of any place. So what I am going to do is make a quick video on how to make a simple bracket using two pieces of angle iron. We're going to use a piece of 2.5 by 1/4 and a piece of 1.5 by 1/4, and we're going to connect it to the frame, and we're going to use this horizontal plane as a securing surface to keep it from wobbling back and forth. We're going to attach it with this 1/2-inch bolt, and we're going to get the filter itself high enough so that it doesn't interfere with either the mid-mount mower or with the front end loader. So again, this will be very quick, very simple, shouldn't take very long at all, and we're going to use just some pieces that are hanging out around the shop. If you don't have these pieces hanging around the shop, I think you can go soup to nuts under 30 bucks at your local Lowe's or Home Depot. Okay, so stand by, and I'll be right back. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this piece of 2.5-inch by 1/4, we're going to cut it so that we can mount it with that single bolt to the side of the frame and keep it nice and straight. So I'm going to get a quick measurement and we're going to cut it. I'll be right back. Okay, so all I did was take this piece of angle iron, lay it down, kind of eyeball it up where the end comes up against the mounting bolt on the right side, and if you can see, the left side comes up against, it looks like it's a some kind of a strap to keep the electric or the hydraulic line out of the way for the power steering. So with this mark here, I'm going to put it on the saw, we're going to cut this down, and we'll have the base bracket finished. Alright, so with the base bracket cut now, we can set it up alongside the chassis and kind of get an idea of how much we have to take off in order to get around this hydraulic line and get a good snug fit across this plane here. So I'm going to take a minute and get this marked out, and we'll get it cut, and we'll see how it fits up. So if you take a look here, you'll see that we have just about, I would say 7/8 of an inch is what this measures out to be. So we can take our piece here, load it into the vise. We can mark off 7/8 of an inch, and we'll use the die grinder to cut that piece out. And once that's done, we'll mock it up and see how it fits. Alright, so there's the piece that's cut. Okay, we took off, I really went more like 7/8 of an inch than 3/4 of an inch, but and left a little bit extra for cleaning up on the grinder when I'm all done making it, you know, so it looks a little bit prettier. But that's pretty much how this is going to fit up. Gonna fit on just about like that. Now you see that this nut, or this bolt head right here, is hanging up and keeping that from settling down over it. So we're just going to take a little relief out of here and allow that to set down over the top of this nut. We're going to clear it out. We got to cut out enough for the nut, the bolt head, and the washer, and then that'll set nice and flat on this piece right here. That's the objective we're looking for, is to get that to set tight on top of that. So let me make this relief, cut this piece out of here, and we'll be right back. Alright, so now that that's done, you can see where I ground that out there, gave myself a little hollow ground so it would fit right in here, right over the top of that nut right there, or bolt, I keep calling it a nut, but right over the bolt right there. So now that that's sitting there pretty good, that's pretty much done as far as we have to do fabricating on that. So now the next thing to do is going to be to cut this upper piece here that we're going to weld to the top of that angle, and then ultimately connect the fuel filter too. So we're going to cut a small piece of this angle here, and then we'll mock that up, and this is what we're going to bolt the filter to. So let me get this cut and set up on there, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so now this piece is all cut, and what we're going to do is we're going to set that on there, something like that. I think before we figure out where that's going to go and mark it to weld it, we're going to drill a couple holes in this and actually bolt the filter to it so that we get enough clearance from this bolt head to the filter. I think if we put this straight flat against that, I think we're going to end up hitting the bolt head. So if we let this drift out just a touch, that might be the way that I think we want to go. So let me get the holes drilled in it and get it bolted up, and we'll be right back. All right, now, so with this drilled out, I used two, I think they were 5/16 stainless steel bolts, lock washers, and some nylock nuts or stop nuts on the back. That's what we're going to use to hold this to this piece. I want to get down here and see where I can place this as far as this goes along that bracket. And really, I can kind of put it anywhere. I'm going to probably opt for just about right there. So I'm going to get that marked, and then we're going to pull it this slightly this way so that we clear those bolt heads like I was talking about. We don't have problems spinning the filter replacement on and off. So let's get that marked, and now that I have it kind of figured out, I put the engine cowling back on just to make sure that wherever I place this, I wouldn't interfere with the engine cover. So I'm going to pull that cover back off. I'm going to set this up and mark it, and we're going to get ready to weld. Alright, so there we go. It's done. The bracket's welded up. Fun fact, for those of you who are paying attention, I never said I could weld. I can burn two pieces of metal together, no doubt about that, but I never said I could weld. I do have a small welding machine I got from Harbor Freight. It does a pretty good job for everything I need to do. I'm not a professional mechanic or fabricator in any way. I'm just not afraid to go out and try it and see what happens. So that's it. The bracket's pretty much done. It's welded up. I'm going to clean it and dress it and get it ready for paint, and after that's done, no, I'll clean it up and I'll bolt it on the machine with the filter on it, and you guys can get one last look before we paint it, because paint makes everything look pretty. So we'll get one last look at it all mocked up, and that'll be it. So alright folks, there it is. It's been through the grinder, cleaned up, all the rough edges are off, the weld is cleaned up, it's bolted on. Let's get a look underneath here at the space between those bolt heads and the filter. There's plenty of room there to get my hands in if I need to, or a filter wrench, you know, a strap filter wrench in there to pull that filter off. This is the video on making a simple bracket. It's only a few steps with some stuff laying around here. It should be a very easy project to do. If you need help hooking it up, go to Tractor Tech's video. That's Tractor Tech, T-E-C-H, right here on YouTube. He has the best video on connecting this filter to any of the BX tractors. So give him a look, and we'll come back after this is all painted and finished. Hey folks, there it is, all done, painted up, bolted up, hooked up, full of fuel. We started the machine up, ran it low idle, high idle, took it outside, drove it around. It's wet out, so I didn't stay out too long. We went up inclines, down inclines, across inclines, uneven surfaces, made sure that the filter did not get in the way of the wheel spinning during any of the turns. So If you need a simple bracket to hook this filter to your BX machine, you got a couple pieces of angle iron laying around, about an hour and a half's worth of time will take you all the way. So that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. Good luck. Godspeed. Kubota Track out.